Alright, so today I'm just doing a quick showcasing of Windows 10. And the only reason I'm using a camera for this, I normally wouldn't. You can see my cool keyboard and my cool mouse, which hasn't lit up yet. Mouse hasn't lit up yet. Won't light up till later. But it's basically just to show you guys that I have dual boot with Windows 7 and show the boot sequence. So, choose an operating system and you get to choose Windows Technical Preview, which is Windows 10, or Windows 7. And you can change defaults or choose your other options. I'm just going to click on Windows Technical Preview. Now, I'd just like to point out that my mouse is lit up now. By the time this is done loading, I am going to switch back. I won't be switching back. I'll be switching to an on-screen recorder, so you won't see. You'll just see my desktop. It won't be a camera. So you can see this pops up. You can change this background right here, by the way. And we'll say time. And then I just have to log in. And past the point that I log in, let me log in real quick. Past the point that you log in, we'll do this. And the longer it takes to log in, the color will change for some unexplainable reason, and then it loads. And now I will be switching to my other recorder. So, that's all. Alright, so we're back, and now you can see my desktop. This is Windows 10. So, first of all, the build here is in the bottom right corner. And let me just... The video recorder that I'm using is actually really cool because it has a little drawing tool. So, I could do this. Wait. Yeah, I can draw right on my screen. So you can see Windows 10 Pro Technical Preview Evaluation Copy, build 9926. So, you can see that there. And we're going to be doing a couple of things. First, I wanted to show you guys the brand new Start menu, which is right here. And you can see I log in there with my actual email. And you can expand your Start so that it's full, kind of like on Windows 8. And you can shrink it so that this is the Windows 10 Start. You can see there's a beta store, which I'll get to in a bit. Skype is pre-installed. There's Maps, OneNote, Photos app, whether these are all apps. Insider Hub, that's because in order to have Windows 10 Technical Preview, you need to sign up to become a Windows Insider, which I obviously am, or I wouldn't have this. And Windows Feedback. These apps won't be here. Well, this one might be, but this one definitely won't be in the full release. There's music videos, kale chips, apparently. Not that I care about kale chips, because I actually hate kale. Money in stocks. And the recycle bin. And you can see things are pretty nicely stylized here. None of this is final, of course. They could completely change this by the time that they're done. And you have all your apps. There's still apps, but there's also, the main function is the desktop, and you start up with the desktop. And just to prove here that you can use apps, I have Angry Birds Space by Rovio right here, right now. Angry Birds. Give it a second. This is the trial version, obviously, because I'm not going to pay for it on here. Let's go with this. And you get to see me be horrible at Angry Birds for a second. Ah. Alright, never mind. I'm actually going to win this level anyway. Alright, that's all. Just closing that up. So you still have apps, which might make some people mad, but I think it's pretty nice overall. You have some pretty cool features here. One thing that I wanted to show off that's really nice in Windows 10 is the Task Manager. Like, if you've ever seen a Windows 7 or a Windows XP Task Manager, they're pretty plain. This is really nicely broken up, and if you go into the performance, that's if you actually use this stuff. I actually use it because I do a lot of gaming, and I like to watch my CPU and stuff, and it has really nice graphs here. Really, really detailed about what all is in here. Memory, that's RAM. Disks, about all these disks, that's just because I have 2 disk drives. I have a C drive, which this is not, even though it says it's E, because this is a partition, actually. If you go into, where's computer? The computer icon actually does not look like this. And it's also changed, the original name of this app is called This PC. And the icon looks a bit different too, but I was feeling nostalgic, so I changed it back to the Windows 7 icon. I can just show you real quick. Change icon, browse. Actually, never mind, I'll do that some other time and just send you guys a screenshot. And it's very, very nice. Not all programs work with it, alright? I've had major issues. Certain things are weird. You can't hide the file name on Minecraft.exe. All file names are shown. I'm assuming that that's not going to be there in the final version, but you never know. And you have all this nice customization here. Oh, now there's also, you know how there's Cortana on the Windows Phone? Well, there is Cortana in this. So you can open up Cortana and she'll talk. Something I can do for you, Noah. Here's some stuff for the evening. I found these stories from Norfolk Sales, PA, etc. You can ask her to search for stuff. You can talk to her. I don't know if it captured that. I don't know if it's capturing the Cortana sound or not. I might have settings in here. This is the recording right here that's currently being recorded. And if you open up things, there's Google. Oh, and there's, let me get to the App Store beta. So this is the beta store for all of the beta stuff. So that means I have the latest version of... For some reason, the video recorder crashed, and there's not much I can do about that. That just kind of happens sometimes. Like I said, Windows 10 has its bugs and issues. But on the bright side, I got it back working again. So yeah. I would like to apologize for a delay that's been happening. I just noticed in the video there's not much I can do to fix it. It's because... right now, I'm on a computer that does not have that good of a processor, sadly. Sometime around December, I will be building a brand new computer, which is going to have it's probably going to have a 3.8 gigahertz processor with extra cooling systems, and I'm going to overclock it to 5 gigahertz, at which point it will have no issues keeping up with my recording, hopefully. Graphics should be fine, because I have a pretty good graphics card. But... so now that we're back to the recording, there's not that much left to do. I'm going to try to slow this down so that my talking will stay with it. So, first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to talk and then I'll just follow this rather than trying to talk and do it, because that's what seems to cause the frame dropping and stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do here that I wanted to demonstrate is whenever you copy, move, or delete something, in this, there's a really nice, like a graph type thing that shows just kind of the speed and the resources used to delete it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this test file. We're going to copy this test file. It's quite a large file. As you can see the properties here, it's a 3.98 gigabyte file. It's just a copy of an archive that I have. I just renamed it to that, and I'm just going to basically play around with it now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into properties, or I showed you that, but I'm just going to make a copy of this now. And as you can see here, there's a very nice copy screen. You can see there's like a little graph here that shows the system resources being used, the speed it's being deleted, the estimated time remaining, and how much of the file is left, because it's showing you eating away at the file here. And while this is doing this, I just wanted to talk about one of the major downsides to getting Windows 10 Technical Preview. Because it's Technical Preview, if you read the Terms of Service, which I didn't because not many people actually read Terms of Services, it's a really long legal agreement between Windows and you that nobody ever has read as far as I know, except lawyers. But anyways, what I found out after doing some Googling, I stumbled upon this, is that in the Windows 10 Terms of Service, there is basically a, not to alarm anyone, but there's a keylogger and some other software in Windows 10 Technical Preview that will not be in the Windows 10 full release, but it is in the Technical Preview, because what Windows wants to do is they're thinking about implementing an optional autocorrect, so they want to watch what you're typing so that they can help improve that feature. And they also want to see what files you're opening. They want to see like what file extensions you use most commonly, what you use things for, what you have in your system. Like, I know this sounds like a lot of information, but it actually makes sense if you think about what they're doing here. And it's only going to be in the test. So they're basically using us to help build the operating system in a way. They're gathering data from us. But I mean, if you're just make sure that they wouldn't do anything on your computer that you wouldn't want Windows to potentially see, which is kind of obvious because you shouldn't really be doing that anyway. But the point here is Windows, sadly, basically can spy on you all they want while it's the technical preview. But I can live with it. It's not like I'm doing anything on here that I would get in trouble for with Windows. So they can keylog me all they want, so long as they don't like try to hack my email or something. I don't use any Apple software, so I doubt they would try to hack me, since they hate Apple. Then again, so do I hate Apple. It's not that good, but I do have an iPhone. I'm just checking out something here real quick. Just making sure that my graphics card is properly working. And basically, I need to see something here real quick. Alright, that's working. I just wanted to make sure, because it was not showing me that it was recording, and I was kind of worried that I was just talking to myself this whole time, which would be bad. Alright, so now I'm in drawing mode. Lovely. No, switch control. Alright, draw, zero, switch control. Alright. So, the last thing that I'm going to talk about here is, because this video is getting long, it's over 10 minutes, and I don't want to hog up the whole science club. So, they're going to replace Internet Explorer, and I know you don't see it on here, but that's because I didn't want the icon on my desktop, because frankly I hate Internet Explorer, and I don't think there are many people that don't. The main use for Internet Explorer is to download a better... Alright, so sorry about that third little gap there. That was just basically because apparently my screen recorder has limits to how large of a file it can record, for reasons that are beyond my understanding. I'll investigate it later. But basically, they're going to replace Windows, or they're going to replace Internet Explorer with something called Project Spartan. And Project Spartan is supposed to be a lot better than Internet Explorer. I really hope it is. Because otherwise, we're just going to have yet another version of a browser that is only good for downloading a better browser. Because, let's be honest, that's what 95% of us use Internet Explorer for. No offense if you like Internet Explorer for some reason. It's just kind of slow. I'm just kind of wrap this up now, because I can't really think of anything else to show you. So I'm just going to wrap this up now. Splice these videos together. Sorry for any delays and weird things that might happen, like my voice being cut off. That's when it kind of ran out of its ability to capture a longer video. So sorry about that. It's not the smoothest video, but I don't have professional video editing software, neither do I have the money to spend on it right now, so you're gonna have to just kind of deal with it. Sorry. Alright, now I'll also post this to my YouTube. Time for editing, very fun.